Well, it was a good win, a good first conference win. I think all three areas, offense, defense, and special teams, had something to do with the win. So, again, it was special teams that gave us the spark with the touchdown, 99-yard touchdown return, then the next punt return by Wharton. So, again, good win against a good football team. So, we're happy to get the first conference win and get ready for the next conference game coming up at home next Saturday. With that, we'll take questions.
Talk a little bit more about this spark after getting down 14-0 when Quincy McDuffie returned that kick for a touchdown.
Well, you went down 14-0 on just really, I thought, some sloppy tackling, some sloppy play in the secondary, and you know they settled them down, and I thought we started playing to the speed of the game. I thought earlier we weren't. And then offensively, what gets us in trouble early was we're getting down the red zone and come with field goals instead of touchdowns. You got to put the ball in the end zone down there. And again, you like to have some of those calls back, I think plays back, but we came away with field goals, and you know, again, I thought the difference in the second half, they became touchdowns. So that was the difference I thought in the game.
Coach, last week you guys lost a tough one. This week you guys come back and respond really strong. What does that say about your team?
I think we have a team that's very, you know, perseverance-wise, they resilient. You know, they basically, especially after last week, you go down 14-0 right away. You know, I think we have a good group of seniors that basically was hung in there. And again, I thought that kickoff return couldn't occur at a better time. And we've been waiting to break one, and it came at a great time as far as just to uplift the sideline.
He had the big play, the big touchdown in the second half to kind of spark things again. You know, you talked about the field goals at the end of the half. Can you talk about how important it was to see that response early in the second half to get a big play like that again and get
Well,
seven?
we caught him in man coverage on that little screen play that we talking about Quincy took the distance. I mean, he needs a step, and he has great speed, and I thought that the receiving corps did a good job catching the ball and getting some yak after the catch. I thought Blake, you know, finally I saw it today what I wanted to see last week, turn the ball up and run. And then I think he took that guy on the sideline, turned and pointed at me, because I've been on about it as far as running out of bounds and stuff like that. But, you know, again, I think those two runs he made kept drives alive, which I think were very important.
I know you'd rather punch in touchdowns, but talk about the day Sean Moffitt had there.
You know, I was hoping to get like about 4 or 5 yards in that last one there, but, you know, it was a 49-yard field goal, and again, he made it with good distance, and, you know, he's been kicking fairly solid lately, and I don't want to jinx him, and I think if he continue to do what he's doing, I'll be very happy.
With Bortles, it seems like he showed a lot more poise in a couple of pressure situations compared to last week.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think there's no question. I think last year was a learning experience for him. I said that after the press conference, that, you know, it's the first time he's seen a lot of those things, and I thought he saw a lot of the same pressure today, but I thought he handled it much better as far as keeping his vision downfield and making some throws under duress, which I think that's what he'll get better and better as he sees more and more of that.
Obviously, they came out throwing on those first two touchdown drives. It looked like you guys made an adjustment, were able to get a lot more pressure after those opening drives.
Yeah, well, they were playing, they're keeping 7-man protection in there. We were rushing 4 guys. I mean, it's sort of 2-on-1 right across the board. So, you know, we started sending an extra guy all the time, and, you know, at least you get 2 guys with singles, so you can hopefully beat someone. But, yeah, they changed their personnel grouping after it happened. They've been running usually 4 wides, and they did a lot of 22 running backs in the trade. Really good protection to get extra blocks on people. So we started sending an extra person in the rush, which alleviates some pressure. I wish we would have contained the quarterback better. There would have been about 8 or 9 sacks out there. We kept letting them, we were in too tight with the ends. But I thought it was a good effort game from the whole team, and you know, a good win, a good first conference win.
Be able to play a big role, I guess, in UCF's win tonight.
Felt really good. Glad I had the opportunity to kick a couple of easy field goals, and O-line did really good blocking. Good snap, good hold, good kick, so I was happy.
You said they were easy. The last one was pretty long. Talk about that one a little bit more.
Yeah, I was a little nervous, but Coach O'Leary asked me, can I hit this? And I said, yes, sir. And I'm not going to lie, the wind helped a lot, so that helped.
Just a big confidence boost for a kicker, you know, getting a lot of opportunities to kick in a game like this.
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. Had won almost every game, so now my confidence is getting up, so I'm not afraid to go out there and hit them.
You talk about how important
You guys got down 14-0. Obviously, East Carolina had the early momentum. Just talk about how things changed when Quincy returned that kick for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was definitely a big spark. You know, Quincy and Speedy back there are good at that. You know, special teams are a big emphasis, and coaches emphasize that, and they made a great play. Special teams took one of the house for a touchdown, but I mean, from an offensive standpoint, you know, nobody blinked an eye. We got a very resilient bunch, and you know, everybody just said we got to keep playing our game, and keep moving the ball when we get it.
Still a close game the second half. Quincy obviously broke things open again, this time with the touchdown reception. Talk about that play a little bit and how he used his speed.
Yeah, you know, he's unbelievable. You know, he's one of the fastest kids I've ever seen, and there was a great block out there on the perimeter, and it was a great play call too. You know, they brought the house on a blitz and played man coverage, and Quincy got in the hole and took off. And once he gets in the open field, there's not many people that can catch him.
What'd that do for you guys, though, considering, you know, you had 2 long drives that ended in field goals, you know, wanted to get 7 this time? Did you break a big play like that? Did that kind of get things rolling a little bit more?
Yeah, you know, it definitely got the morale of the team up, you know, having a quick score like that and putting an actual touchdown on the game. So it definitely did help out.
With more experience out there, are you seeing things come together better? And
Squared everyone. There you go.
Quincy, what did you see there? Obviously, you know, getting down 14-0, momentum was swinging their way, and then you returned that kick. So what were you seeing on that kick return there?
I mean, the call was to go right, but they sky kicked away from Chanel Hall. And when they kicked, I just hit the seam, and everybody wedged in so tight, so I put my foot in the ground, and I went right side. Once I got to the outside, I just tried to take it to the house.
Did you have a feeling, at what point did you know that was going to be good for 6 points? Did you feel pretty early on in the run, or you didn't know until you crossed the line?
Actually, the first kickoff return, I came kind of close, and I was trying to do the same thing, get back to the right side, and it kicked to me again, and I made it happen.
What was that feeling like? I guess it was your first kick return, I guess, since 2010, I think, against Tulane.
Correct. It was a great feeling. I'm glad I was able to add that spark back to us and my team. They stayed poised, and it was hope for us all.
Big win for you guys. They came in 2-0. You guys now control your own destiny after just one conference game.
Of course, it was a big win. Like you said, it was up 2-0 in the conference, and we knew we had to get done. And we came out and played 60 hard minutes of football and came on top with the win.